For centuries, woodworkers have been joining wood without relying on screws or glue. It's a testament to the ingenuity and craftsmanship of traditional techniques. These methods create strong and beautiful joints that stand the test of time. Imagine a piece of furniture, carefully crafted with interlocking joints. Each piece fits perfectly together, creating a seamless and elegant design. That's the beauty of traditional woodworking. These joints are not just aesthetically pleasing, they are also incredibly strong and durable. In this essay, we'll explore the world of screwless and glueless woodworking, focusing on the remarkable techniques used in Japanese joinery. Screws and glue are common in modern woodworking, but they have drawbacks. Screws can loosen over time, and glue can weaken with age or exposure to moisture. Traditional wood joints, on the other hand, are designed to last. These joints rely on carefully crafted interlocking pieces that fit together snugly. The pressure and friction between these pieces provide the strength of the joint. No metal fasteners are needed to weaken the wood or detract from its natural beauty. This makes traditional joints ideal for furniture and structures that need to withstand years of use. They are a testament to the enduring strength of well-crafted wood joinery. Japanese woodworking is renowned for its precision and artistry. For centuries, Japanese craftsmen have perfected the art of creating intricate and incredibly strong wood joints without using any screws or glue. They rely on a system of interlocking joints, often using dozens of precisely cut pieces to create a single, unbreakable connection. These joints are not only functional but also beautiful to behold. The intricate patterns and precise cuts are a testament to the skill and dedication of the craftsperson. One of the most well-known Japanese joints is the dovetail joint. It's prized for its strength and elegant appearance. Let's take a closer look at how to craft this remarkable joint. The dovetail joint is a classic example of traditional joinery. It gets its name from the shape of the interlocking pieces, which resemble a dove's tail. Here's a simplified guide to crafting this joint. Step 1. Marking the wood. Start by marking the tail boards and pin boards. The tail boards will have the dovetail-shaped pins, while the pin boards will have the corresponding tails. Use a marking gauge and a dovetail template or a bevel square to accurately mark the angles and spacing of your cuts. Step 2. Cutting the tails. Secure the tailboard in a vise. Use a fine-toothed saw to carefully cut along the marked lines. Make sure your cuts are straight and precise for a tight fit. Step 3. Cutting the pins. Place the tailboard onto the pin board and carefully trace the shape of the tails onto the pin board. Use a saw to cut along the marked lines, creating the pins. Step 4. Test fit and assemble. Test fit the joint and make any necessary adjustments. Once you are satisfied with the fit, you can assemble the joint. Gently tap the pieces together with a mallet until they are fully seated. Section 5. Precision is key. Marking and cutting. The key to a strong and durable dovetail joint and any traditional wood joint is precision. Accurate marking and cutting are crucial. Take your time and double-check your measurements. When marking, use sharp pencils and marking tools to ensure clear and accurate lines. When cutting, use a fine-toothed saw and cut slowly and carefully. A sharp chisel can help you clean up any rough edges and ensure a perfect fit. Remember, a well-made joint will fit together snugly without the need for force. Section 6. Ensuring a tight fit. Tips and tricks. Here are a few additional tips to help you achieve tight and secure wood joints. Use dry wood. Green or wet wood will shrink as it dries, which can loosen joints. Consider wood movement. Wood expands and contracts with changes in humidity. Allow for this movement in your design to prevent cracking or warping. Practice makes perfect. Don't get discouraged if your first few joints aren't perfect. The more you practice, the better you will become. With patience and practice, you'll be able to create strong and beautiful wood joints. Section 7. Testing your joint. Is it truly unbreakable? Once you've assembled your joint, it's time to test its strength. Gently try to twist or pull the joint apart. A well-made joint should resist your efforts. You can also try applying weight or pressure to the joint to see how it holds up. If the joint feels loose or moves easily, you may need to make adjustments or recut the joint. Remember, a strong joint is a testament to your craftsmanship. Take pride in your work and enjoy the satisfaction of creating something beautiful and lasting. Section 8. Embrace the craft. Build something extraordinary. Traditional wood joinery is a rewarding and sustainable way to create beautiful and durable wooden objects. By embracing these time-tested techniques, you're not just building furniture or structures, you're connecting with a rich history of craftsmanship. So put down the screws and glue, pick up your chisels and saws, and start crafting something extraordinary. Advanced techniques for wood joints. In this chapter, we will explore some advanced techniques for creating wood joints that are not only strong, but also aesthetically pleasing. We will cover dovetail joints, mortise and tenon joints, and finger joints. Each technique will be demonstrated with step-by-step instructions and tips for achieving the best results. Dovetail joints are known for their intricate interlocking design, offering both strength and beauty. Mortise and tenon joints provide a timeless solution for joining pieces at right angles, often used in traditional furniture making. Finger joints, with their distinctive pattern, offer a modern twist on classic joinery. Stay tuned as we delve into each of these techniques, providing you with the knowledge and skills to elevate your woodworking projects to new heights. In this chapter, we will discuss some common mistakes that woodworkers make when creating wood joints. We will provide tips on how to avoid these mistakes and ensure that your joints are strong and durable. Topics will include incorrect measurements, poor cutting techniques, and improper assembly. First, let's talk about measurements. Incorrect measurements are one of the most frequent mistakes. Always double-check your measurements before making any cuts. Remember, it's better to measure twice and cut once than to waste precious wood. Next, poor cutting techniques can compromise the integrity of your joints. Make sure your tools are sharp and that you're using the right saw for the job. Practice makes perfect, so take your time to master your cutting skills. Finally, improper assembly can weaken even the most well-cut joints. Ensure that all pieces fit snugly together before applying any glue or additional fasteners. A dry run can help identify any issues before final assembly. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can create wood joints that are both strong and beautiful. Happy woodworking! Welcome to the final chapter, Finishing Touches. In this chapter, we'll explore the essential finishing techniques that can elevate the look of your wood joints from good to professional. First, let's talk about sanding. Sanding smooths out any rough edges and prepares the wood for staining and sealing. Use progressively finer grits of sandpaper to achieve a silky smooth finish. Remember, patience is key. Rushing through sanding can leave unsightly scratches. Next, staining. Choosing the right stain can enhance the natural beauty of the wood and bring out the grain patterns. Apply the stain evenly with a brush or cloth, and always follow the wood's grain to avoid streaks. Allow the stain to penetrate for the recommended time before wiping off any excess. Finally, sealing. A good sealant protects your wood joints from moisture, wear, and tear. Depending on your project, you might choose a clear varnish, polyurethane, or even a natural oil finish. Apply thin, even coats and sand lightly between coats for the best results. Choosing the right finish for your project is crucial. Consider the wood type, the intended use of the piece, and the desired aesthetic. A well-chosen finish not only enhances the appearance but also extends the life of your wood joints. By mastering these finishing touches, you'll ensure that your wood joints are not only strong and durable, but also beautiful and professional looking. Happy woodworking! Welcome to the final chapter, Quanda with the Expert. In this chapter, we will have an enlightening Quanda session with an expert woodworker. We'll answer some of the most frequently asked questions about wood joints and provide additional tips and insights. Question 1. What are the most common types of wood joints, and when should each be used? Expert. The most common wood joints include the butt joint, miter joint, dovetail joint, mortise and tenon, and finger joint. Each has its specific application. For example, butt joints are simple and great for quick projects, while dovetail joints are used for their strength and aesthetics, often in drawer construction. Question 2. How can I ensure my wood joints are strong and durable? Expert precision is key. Accurate measuring, cutting, and fitting are crucial. Also, using the right type of wood glue and clamp pressure can significantly enhance the strength of your joints. Question 3. Are there any shortcuts or tools that can make creating wood joints easier? Expert. Absolutely. Tools like dowel jigs, pocket hole jigs, and router tables can speed up the process and improve accuracy. However, it's essential to understand the fundamentals first before relying on these tools. Question 4. How do I choose the right type of wood for my project? Expert. Consider the project's purpose and the wood's properties. Hardwoods like oak and maple are durable and great for furniture, while softwoods like pine are easier to work with and suitable for decorative pieces. Question 5. What are some advanced techniques for creating wood joints? Expert. Techniques like splined miter joints, keyed tenons, and Japanese joinery can add both strength and visual appeal to your projects. These require more skill and practice but are worth the effort for sophisticated woodworking. By addressing these common questions, we hope to provide you with a deeper understanding of the techniques and principles behind creating strong and beautiful wood joints. Remember, practice makes perfect, and don't be afraid to experiment and learn from your mistakes. Happy woodworking!